Hi, welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Jungle Loadout from Gridiron Studios right here. Now, this loadout here, which is all in here, is made for the Tiger Force Recondo. Now, I'm not a huge fan of changing my figures out, although sometimes I like to kit bash a figure. And I had picked up the Tiger Force Recondo because it was like $12, so I bought a second one. But the thing was that this head for Snow Job was just so good that I needed to have, the regular Snow Job and then a regular head. And you got to think, Snow Job, he's not always going to be doing snow missions, so he popped on here perfectly fine. He looks really good. The ball joint is proper, but I didn't want to have him. I don't want him to have the exact same Recondo loadout. It just looked way too similar. So I had some other plate carrier on him and a different weapon. But then when I was going through that, I saw this and I'm like, you know what? I think that's going to be great to customize my own figure, kit bashing, without having to do any paint swap or paint apps or anything like that. So anyway, let's take this out, see how this looks, see how it is. Load them up on this and see how they actually go together. But before I do, if you like the content that I'm giving you, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do drop some sort of military G.I. Joe Gridiron video. Let's go. All right, this is the Gridiron. I will drop a link to Gridiron Studio Props, I believe is what the actual name is. So they basically just come packaged like this, and you can see there's an arm really. Now, I don't always like to open stuff, but I've done very few of these. I've done a few loadouts. I just want people to see how they are and how they come packed. So your experience is going to be, our experience is going to be the same. This thing has not been opened yet. Again, I've done a couple before. I really do hate the crinkling, so. Here is the backpack that you're going to get, and you can see how the paint is already. It does have this soft piece, which I guess it does come out, but I wish I would have taken it out because I have a feeling I'm never going to get it back in. So we're just going to keep that in there because I'm not sure exactly what that is supposed to be, but there is no way that I'm going to wrap that thing back up properly. And then you have all the weapons here. And he does come with multiple weapons in this loadout. Now, this loadout is normally $45. It is on sale for $40 right now. So, if you're interested, head on over there. And then they give you just kind of about a few of the weapons that they have for 1/12 scale. All right. So, quickly looking at everything. Let's take a look here. And what I think we have here is a grenade for the grenade launcher. Oh, I'm scared I'm going to lose that. Let's try and put that over there. Here's the grenade launcher. Okay, so, all right, so let's take a look at this. And so, as you can see, there's paint on the top of the grenade. That is absolutely awesome. There is detail. I'm trying to get this thing to focus in a little bit better. Oh, stop focusing. Focusing on all the wrong stuff for some reason. All right, let's stop this. All right, there we go. And I had to stop it really quick. So there you can see exactly how wonderful that looks. Again, they do a really good job. And then you're going to have, you have the grenade launcher. Now this stuff is all 3D printed on high-end 3D prints. You can see the paint on it, looks really good. And then it collapses, and we're going to be able to take that and drop it in and then close it. That looks pretty, that's pretty damn sweet. And then it just comes out really easily. Oops. Now it looks like we can probably, so if you want, you could do something like this where it makes it look like it's shooting out. Now it does seem kind of loose. I'm not going to lie. It is a little loose here, so I mean, it does kind of stay, but if I move it too much, it's just going to kind of collapse. But I'm going to put this thing in here. Try not to lose that. I have a feeling that's going to be gone. Yeah, that is really loose, so that's unfortunate. Again, I'm going to use some sticky tack or something to get it just to stay right where I want it to be. Then we got this big gun. Not really sure what it is. I'm not a gun aficionado. We do have a scope on it with some paint. And the detail on these things is absolutely amazing. As you can see here, the magazine does come out, and the magazine does not seem too small. There are some other rifles, some other manufacturers, they do removable magazines, and they just seem too small. They're clearly too small for how they're supposed to be. So you look at this, it's got this nice green, you got your trigger, there's your magazine, and everything looks really nice. So the gun does have a slight bend to it, and this is some of the problems that you have when it comes to, I know we've had it with the Gridiron stuff, and it's because it's 3D printed. So basically what you're going to have to do is you heat it up, not boiling water, hot water, you straighten it, and then you cool it down with cold water. And yes, this has been a huge gripe of mine with any type of accessory that we get from these companies. We spend a lot of money. We definitely would like it straight. If you do 3D printing on your own, you know how soft it can be, especially when it heats up. So it's disappointing, but this is a common thing that's known, and it's not too bad. It's not like the whole gun is warped. It's just a small warp in the barrel right there. Here we got a giant, I believe it's a machete. You got a black blade on it. You got your brown handle. Again, a little curved. That's how these things come packaged, and it is a disappointment of mine, especially for the price that we're paying. But it's also understood that these are things that you may just have to adjust on your own. So there you go with that. I'll have to straighten that out before I do pictures and everything. There's the bipod, which I didn't even realize it. There's your bipod, and it just plugs in there. There's no collapsing to it. It just plugs in. I'm okay with that. I don't need a collapsed one. If you have one that was to swing back and forth, I wouldn't mind that, but I don't need to have a collapsed one. There's no real reason for it. So it's technically, I guess, a sniper, is what I would say in some ways. Now, again, not with that barrel. And then we got our canteen, and the detail on it is really, really nice. I mean, it almost looks like I could twist this off if I really wanted to. Now we'll look at the backpack here. And here's our loadout for it. And I gotta say, I really do like this. So far, it looks good. You have a pineapple grenade. You got some other regular grenades. Nice silver paint around the pins. So it's definitely, you can see it. Got the place for your machete. Again, this is supposed to be for Recondo, so it definitely makes sense that this is something that you would want on him. Okay? So, what really makes this easy is when you heat this up and you slide it in here. If this is straight, which it is, it should straighten out pretty nicely. And I believe one of the guns is supposed to slot right down here. So, but look at all this detail here. You can see where the paint apps are at, different colors. It has a nice feel. It's not hard. It doesn't make that hard plastic noise because it is 3D printed. And then this is going to hopefully peg right on the back. Now, what I think I am going to need to do, because I did not realize this, is I'm going to need the pistol that it comes with, because this has been a huge problem with some people. That bazooka, the G.I. Joe Classified, he doesn't have straps. So people are saying, hey, how does that stay on there? And I was just kind of like, does it really matter all that much? This is how it came. But yeah, I guess I do kind of understand. So I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to go find where I had that have it somewhere around here. I know that. As a matter of fact, I think it's... Okay, it's definitely not in there because there's nothing in there. Man, I just had everything. I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to go find it, and then we'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. Took a little bit longer because depending on what brand you're dealing with, I forgot that Classified, pretty much to get off any type of their secondaries, you have to pop off the arm. So I had to go heat them up, pop it off. So I did the same thing with the gun really quick. You can actually still see that it's a little wet there. Matter of fact, as soon as I heated it up, it actually went right back into place. I didn't have to straighten it or anything. So now we got his Recondo's web gearing on for his pistol. Now when we pop this on here, it's going to make more sense. Now it looks like he's actually holding it. And now he has his own style loadout. So now I have a figure with a different loadout, a different, just everything's just a little bit different. It tends to work better. It's not supposed to go there. So, Canteen's going to go over here. Like that. Now this is 3D printed, so you got to be kind of careful with it. Might want to heat it up. So there we go there. Now we're going to take the gun. Let's get rid of the bipod while we're trying to pose him with it. And quickly, you can see how easily this goes in here. Now, the one thing you do have to watch out about Gridiron is I like to pose my figures like this, right? In an actual firing pose. Eventually, over time, what does happen is because of the tension, when you're holding the weapons like this, it will start to pull apart. So they will start to warp a slight bit over time. Again, all you need to do is heat them up and straighten them up, and they'll be good. So, now it is kind of weird. He has the... so the scope is actually to the side. I'm assuming it's probably supposed to maybe move when you want it. Now, it doesn't actually move. Just double checking there. But, as you can see, you can pretty much get a good look right through there. Again, a little bit more posing. But I wanted to have a snow job that's obviously going to be not always in the Arctic. And again, it fits perfect on this Recondo, but I wanted something different. I wanted to make him unique. We're going to pull this out because you know what? I can't do a review and not show you everything. So here we have some netting. Okay. Just gonna throw them over here. Look, it looks like a ghillie suit. No, it doesn't. I'm not really sure what that is. When I come back, I'm gonna take a look. It is camouflage though, so I guess it kind of is. Like it is camouflage. So if you look at it, it is camouflage there. And I don't think it's actually gonna be that hard to wrap back up. It actually folds together fairly easy, so not the worst thing to put back together. Now I'm trying to figure out what goes there now. I'm assuming it is this. So that's just going to drop right down into place. Look at that. So that looks really nice. And now we're going to take the grenade launcher and see how easily I can get this into his hand. And I'm going to say I'm probably going to find somewhere to put the grenade that goes with it, because it fell out really easily, and it's unfortunate, but so I really need to cut the finger here. Take a blade. I'm going to cut the finger there in a little bit so I can get a better handle on this. That's not really an issue with them. this is more of an issue with the classified figure. So now, yep, this figure is right-handed. And you know they're right-handed when, right or left-handed, when they're in their shooting poses, when their hands move up and down or back and forth. So if they swing up and down like this, that's their actual shooting hand. It creates better poses. This one's going to be difficult to get into a good pose shooting this if I want to use it against the shoulder, but again, I like to show you guys what it's like right off, right out of the box. I think we can do all kinds of different poses with this figure. So, all right, I don't think there's too much more to show. I mean, again, I think that thing fits really nicely. Again, these are expensive. So it's basically if you want to customize a figure, you want to make a figure, or hey, you know what, you just want to change your classified. But for me, it's a lot of money. I'm only going to spend it on figures I may really like or something that I want to customize like I did with this one. So there you go. And it does stay up, but it is just kind of loose. And I think a little bit of sticky tack right there will kind of hold it in place. Not the worst thing in the world. Just trying to see if I'm missing something. If this goes somewhere. Well, we'll come back if there's some more that I missed. Okay, so I did look here, and yes, so the grenade launcher can also go here. So you can have the grenade launcher here. You can have the rifle that goes like that. And of course, what I was trying to figure out was the bipod. You can see right there, it plugs in the same way that it goes into the rifle. So it can carry everything on his person. Again, I think it looks really nice. I think I want to do something about the pants. I may actually have to do a dye job or something. I've never done anything like that. I'm not a painter, so maybe I'll just leave it to Tiger Force. But again, if you want to do something, if you want something for that extra head that came with Snow Job, which I think this face sculpt is just so... It's so awesome. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, you know what? I got to do something. I had to use it. It fit perfect on this, but I needed something to distinguish him as not just being another Recondo. So I took the skirt off of him. Not a skirt, but it's part of the pants, and I got rid of the machete that he came with, because obviously he comes with that one, so I don't need to worry about it. So there you go. There's your kind of, I guess, your Tiger Force Snow Job. I guess that's what we can call them. So there you go. All right, so that's the Gridiron Jungle Trooper loadout that I used to make a custom, I guess, Tiger Force Snow Job. Like I said, I wanted something different. I like the way it looks. I like this loadout. Again, it's $45 on sale for $40 right now. Again, their stuff is very expensive, but the detail is amazing. I don't know if you're going to find too much better anywhere else. That's what they can do with the 3D printing. And again, if you 3D print your own stuff and you're like, oh my God, I've seen how my 3D prints come out. It's not like that. They're using high-end industrial style 3D printers. Again, there will be some warpage when it comes in, and over time it may warp, but all you need to do is heat it up with hot tap water, straighten stuff out, run it over cold water while you have it straight, and you'll be good. But everything that comes with this, again, I really do like it, and I'm pretty happy with it. All right, so that's my Gridiron Studios Jungle loadout. Again, I wanted to customize a figure without doing paint. Basically, it's called pop and swap. It's kit bashing is what it is. But anyway, needed something different. I really do like it. And again, if you have Snow Job and you're like, dude, two awesome head sculpts, I don't want one thrown in, in a box. Pick up a figure, go to Gridiron, check out one of their loadouts, different things like that. It's an easy way to customize without actually doing paint and doing all kinds of stuff that maybe you're not good at, or you don't want to get into, or you're not ready to ruin a figure like that. But listen, I am going to get out of here. You spent a lot of time with me. Thank you very much. Before I do, take a second. If you like this content that I'm giving you, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop some sort of G.I. Joe or Gridiron video. Now, I'm going to get out of here, but don't go anywhere. I'm going to drop another review of one of the Gridiron loadouts, and here's a playlist of all the Gridiron stuff that I've done. Have a great day.